greetings all. So if you're anything like me, you drive yourself nuts trying to design your tattoos. And I just discovered this really cool trick. Well, obviously, certainly I didn't invent it, but in Procreate, it's now possible to import an OBJ. I think they also can import FTX models as well, which is essentially a 3D model that you can then draw on or directly transfer your designs onto. So what I did yesterday was took photos of my arm as it is, and obviously I'm trying to fill this space in here. So I then placed the photos onto the arm in Procreate itself, exported it as a 2D layer map, which I then imported into Photoshop, tried out 23 odd different designs, which I then put back in to Procreate that was then able to draw on top of. So what you're seeing here is the various layers, and I think in this one now I'll be demonstrating it's possible to draw on top of it. So it's quite interesting because actually, like, what I thought would work nicely didn't work at all, and conversely the things that I thought wouldn't work so well actually ended up working really, really nicely. And once it's all bounced down into one layer, it makes editing it so easy as well, because you can basically blend, you can smudge, you can paint directly on top, create new layers, place in other objects as well. It's a little bit fiddly trying to get it on the right spot sometimes, but generally speaking, it's a really good workflow. So there's some really good tutorials. I'll probably add a link to that tutorial that I watched that kind of got me started on this whole thing. But yeah, what we're looking at right now, I think this is the kind of one which I'm looking to get. So kind of like, haven't really seen anyone with this design yet, but kind of like a marbly, kind of smoky, marbly, purple, oil spill kind of texture. So yeah, and as I'm showing here, what I'm doing there is actually smudging the entire bounce layer. So like now I'm gonna, I think, extend the purple by simply smudging it down onto the wrist area. And it's a really nice way to conceptualize things. And here we have the expanded two-dimensional view. So again, now what I'm going to do here is add another layer and very quickly show you. Now I did choose the wrong brush, but like suppose I wanted to write my name, which I'm doing very poorly here. I'm doing that above the Enzo symbol, and then I'm going to go back into the 3D mode, and I'm going to see how that looks in sort of real life. And obviously, because we're talking about a three-dimensional surface, this is a far, far superior method than providing your tattoo artist with a series of two-dimensional images that then may or may not kind of work out, especially when you're looking to do designs that are sort of wrapping around parts of your body, yeah? So, like, things that are flat, for example, that was fairly simple to do, right? But stuff like this, and this is interesting as well, because what I thought initially I wanted to just fully black out and have a little bit of marble and maze detail ended up being something that I didn't actually like when I saw it in 3D. So save yourself some future tattoo errors by looking at it in a three-dimensional sort of space prior to getting it done. So shaking hands and waving goodbye, and peace out. Hope that was helpful.